watching the absolute El boring Spain, Portugal, absolutely boring. Just going to go over to YouTube, guys. Give me a second. Got to check everything's in gear. It looks like it's perfect. Wonderful stuff. And I am going to tell you who I am. Yeah. There's a new sheriff in town. The Umbro Sheriff. And I'm hunting two guys. Princess Infantino and Donalisa Trump. I'm coming for you. Anybody see them guys? We're going to round them up. 10-4, good buddy. Into it. Back on the other side. But this new sheriff in town, he don't want to see Donalisa Trump for nothing. Not in that building. Not tonight. No thank you. And what is done is done. But I tell you, feather in my cap. Any more red cards, I'll just pull it out my ass like the referees and throw it away as if it's nothing. Back in here. So again, if you had a torrid time going to sleep earlier, blame Spain, blame Portugal, because it was the worst match in years at a World Cup. Absolutely so sad to be given sleep medication at the World Cup. Terrible story. Terrible story. Let's take you offline pretty shortly. In fact, I can keep you here. I'll keep you here. Jonathan Orange Julius Caesar. There you go, buddy. Orange Julius Caesar. Love it. Love it. Good one. Yeah. Donalisa Trump. He would hate to hear that, wouldn't he, eh? Orange Julius. Cheat. Yep, cheat. 100%. That's the only way you can look at it. Hey there, partner. Howdy, partner. Chito Benito. Yes, Chito Benito. Chito Benito. Donalisa Trumpo. Nobody sees them anymore. That'll be a good thing. They bring nothing. So let's take a look. Literally, I'm looking for the starting lineups. I'm going to have to literally read them on board without showing you, because literally Belgium's playing coy right now. They're literally slow with what's coming out. But let's go with the US starting lineup first of all. They are the home team. Fries in net. Matt's going to be busy. Freeman in defence. Chris Richards going to be important, as is Tim Ream. And let's not underestimate Freeman. He's had a decent competition. Clogging up the midfield. Dest on the left side. Going to be instrumental going down that wing. He's got to be busy tonight. He's got to get the ball into the top two. Talk about them in a second. My man Weston McKennie with the brown where it should be white. Should be white, red and blue, or red, white and blue, blue, white and red, white and blue, whatever you want to say. White, blue, red, white, red, blue. But it should be those three colours. Weston, that's burn brown, man. That's burn brown. That's not white. Adams in the middle. Tillman and Robinson on the outside. Anthony's going to be busy. Krzysztof Pulisic. Is he going to get something done tonight, or is it going to be nearly there again? And Balogun. What do I say to that? Nothing. It's corruption. We've seen what it is. No need to highlight it. No need to whip it to death. That's what politics does for you in sports. So there's the US starting lineup. Balogun, don't blame him. Don't blame him for a second. Any player that gets reprieved like that is thanking their lucky stars. But the rest of the world is saying cheat. Not to him, but to FIFA. Not to the American FA. Not to an American player. Not to a coach. Not to Pochettino. Not his staff. Not the guys upstairs. FIFA. Cheating every day. Now let's take a look at Belgium. Belgique in net. Courtois. Decent keeper. Decent keeper. Experience. If anybody's going to turn over the US today, it's going to be Belgium. Decent. Experienced. Not going to rush it. Weapons on the bench. I know the US has weapons on the bench too, but these guys have got weapons on the bench. Back four, looking at it as it is. De Kuyper on the left side. The middle two, Mekele and Ngoy. Well together, looking really solid, but you can beat them. Castagna on the right. Yes, Castagna sounds Hispanic, doesn't it? Not sort of French sort of sounding like many of the other guys. Tielemans made his name with Leicester City. Looking pretty good. He's a danger man. He's got a shot. He's got ability. He can get round you. He's got cunning, experience. got some sort of pace, but the best part about this guy is he's a thinker. He thinks where to be. He opens up the field by going into space, makes space for himself. Oh, just having a slug. A real nice slug. And Yuri Tielemans can do things for Belgium. Been around for a while. Onana in the middle of defence as well. Big-time EPL experience, Everton especially. Not a game changer, but solid strength in midfield. He will go right through you if he has to. Moving forward, the top four, Trossard, Arsenal. Trossard, Brighton. Trossard, anywhere, gets goals. And very timely goals. It could be his day today. Keep an eye on Trossard. Raskin in the middle throughout, and Luka Bacchio on the left side. Quietly going about business, not really standing on his head, but quietly going about business, still in the team, looking pretty decent. Is it his day? I don't know it's his day to score, but maybe to supply that very important ball. And up top, Ketelari, if he is on his number, he's going to get some shots on net. I don't really see too much about him, and you've got to say, when you got people on the bench, and he's keeping people on the bench like the famous number 9 for Belgium, Romelu Lukaku, he's on the bench. Jeremy Doku's on the bench. He's coming in the second half, I guarantee you. And Doku, down the left, why is he not starting? Has he got a little niggle? Could be. 8 minutes away from kickoff. I'm just going to check the TV people, as I always do. You got to check them TV people. They're some kind of strange, boy. That's some kind of strange. Looking at it. Let's get on to USA-Belgium. That's where we want to be. 6 p.m. kickoff for us. Wherever you are, it's going to be whatever time it is for you. Goals per game. USA 2.5 goals per game. Belgium 2.3. Goals against average, 1 each. 1 goal per match each team. Tells you that the defence is not going to be secure for the whole 90 minutes or 120. Let's see what happens. Average shots on goal each side. 4.3 USA, 6.3 Belgium. Just to let you know. Shots on goal. Fouls committed. Roughly 11 to 12. 12 being Belgium. Shots suffered per game. What a stupid stat that is. Shots taken per game, maybe? Suffered. Stupid ass name is that. Suffered. Oh, my life. TSN. Up your ass. You don't know what you're doing. Yellow cards 5 to 4 on average. Red cards 1 to 1 and clean sheets 2 to 1. USA has had 2 clean sheets in the tournament so far. Will it be another one? I'm going to change channels because this is full of you know what. It's TSN. I'm changing channels. They're garbage. I wouldn't put them anywhere near a football match if I had a chance. 6 minutes to go. Starting lineups, you got them through. I'm going to open up the chat in a little while. The anthems are going through, as you can probably hear. Belgium. Five bars for Belgium. There's the Belgium gone through. Courtois looking ready. Will it be Belgium's day? Interesting fact. The numbers are stacked against them. The crowd is 100% pretty much. You could say 90% USA fans. Tim Ream in the camera. Matt Fries. Looking rather composed. Freesy looking composed. I'm looking at that logo on the shirt. There's Robbo. There's Weston. New hair. Tillman's looking good. Dest looking good. It looks like a Honduras logo on their shirts, doesn't it, eh? It looks like a red Honduran logo. What's that all about? Nobody can sing. Red girl! There, that's enough of that. America's in the house, getting ready for the match. We're getting ready for the match. It's going to be going pretty soon. I'm going to get rid of that, bring on the real deal, bring in the studio, bring in the chat, get ready for it, and in we go. Yes. Remember, there's a new sheriff in town. I'm hunting Princess Infantino, Donalisa Trump. You seen him? Let me know. We'll send a posse around. Orange Julius, Cheat Benito. Chris Cavling, come on, Belgium. How are you doing, Chris? You must be loving the World Cup, mate. We are watching so many matches. But I am not against the USA and I'm not against Belgium over this red card situation. I'm fully against FIFA for the illegal activities that they bring every time. They literally are a disgusting cartel. They are not an organisation. They are a cartel. And as was pointing out into the chat, which I agreed with, just like the UN. Just like the UN. And Belgium, biatching about the red card. Well, you're dealing with globalists in Belgium, right? That's where all the globalists hang out. Belgium. So who's going to complain about the red card? The globalist whiners. And why? Because Donald Trump made them. He had the red cards turned around, and the globalists don't like it. Well, screw you, globalist. And van der Leyen, this is for you. This is totally for you. Beautiful scene in Seattle. Beautiful scene. Which way is it going to go? And hopefully we don't have a snooze fest. Steve, surprised no docu. I am. And De Bruyne, I think both are fit and just been dropped, which if right is a massive gamble. It's a massive gamble, but I think, oh look, we have the morons in orange thinking they're important. They're getting off screen. Piss them off right now. Piss them off right now. Stevie, I'm telling you, you're right. Doku and De Bruyne, for me, second half, that's when they're coming in. I'm against injustice, but also arrogance. Yes, that's the point about it. Not only do you cheat the world, but it's the arrogance. It's the absolute arrogance. I think the world needs to upturn itself and get rid of a lot of people at the top. Literally get rid of them. Get rid of them. There's so much corruption and arrogance and injustice. We weren't raised to lie to each other. We weren't raised to cheat each other. And that's what you've seen at this World Cup. Lying and cheating. Taking money out of people's pockets. It's not right. Not right. So me, for myself, I don't care who wins the match. But this FIFA organisation is not a band of brothers. They're a band of bastards. And they're all so damn arrogant and so smug. And the camera always goes on them. So let's take the camera off them and let's hopefully have a massive game tonight. It's this morning, this evening. Oh, no. Going to be really interesting to see what happens tonight. Belgium in the uncharacteristic blue. Blue for Belgium. What kind of garbage is that? It's normally the red or the white with red and yellow trim. Rudy Garcia looks ready for the match. Prior to that, it was Roberto Martinez, who's in charge of Portugal, who are collecting their soap bar and their bags. They're heading for the airport and they're going on the plane and they're going home. Spain moves on. Boring game. Let's hope this gives us something better. Wonderful scene down there in Seattle. You'd never know it was a World Cup. You would think that was any event. There's nothing there that tells you World Cup. You would just think it's another event in Seattle. Because they do put on some great events in Seattle, I'm telling you now. And it has not always been the big event host. There's been some mini events gone into that stadium where, no, it wasn't looking like this back in the day. And no, there wasn't a crowd like this back in the day. Belgium in white to kick off very shortly. Again, we're 1,000 miles away from the pitch. We couldn't be further away with these camera angles. Good job I know the players, isn't it, eh? Here we are, 1,000,000 miles away from the field. Ball launched. Great for making money, not great for viewing on TV. Handball, no handball. Let's see what we've got. Let's let the game open up. Well done by Sergio Dest, letting it go out of play. In fact, it's a Belgian ball. How unlucky. Throw in coming in. Shot coming on net. And another one. And a good save. Good save by Freeze. Castagna gets it on net. The right back gets a shot off. US under pressure as we start. Needed a bit more zip on that ball. But not a bad opening. Milky Moo, just give us a good game, please. Absolutely, Milky. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. We need a good game. And Milky, there's a new sheriff in town. Trossard busy. A lot of fighting in the box. Roberto Martinez, he's too late for the Celtic job anyway. Don't think we need him either. You don't need him. Head on net, easy gather. Matt Freese down lows. Thanking his lucky stars, nothing goes past him. He is thanking his lucky stars, nothing goes past him. Fucking hell, what's going on with this shit? Okay, finally, we got some action on the line here. Just 2 minutes gone. Take that sound down. 2 minutes gone. Fuck me. I'm literally just watching what's happening in the first couple of minutes, just like you guys, just to see how this thing is working out. Ball over the top, lovely ball down the right wing, easy to gather. Luckily, off the man, wins the throw-in. Excuse me. Question is really here is, can Belgium keep up with a youthful, energetic US team? That's going to be the first battle. There's a few senior members on this Belgium team that have legs, but again, I'm going to say playing in the US is different than playing in Europe. It really is that much different. It's totally night and day. That's better. It amazes me sometimes when you touch stuff, it's not working proper, but it is now. Good stuff. We're on with everything. Just a second. $436, $424. Nice angle to see that shot coming through. Tillman wanted to put his head on it. Freeze has to come across. Nice save. Nice save by Matt Freeze. Good to get your hands on it early in the match, though. Keepers love to touch the ball early on in, as you know. So nice to see Matt getting on the ball there, getting some time. Blaze, come on, USA, says he. Roberto Martinez, he's late for the Celtic job, says Milky Moo. Chris Cavan, this don't strike me as a park the bus kind of game. It doesn't. It seems quite open right now. It seems quite open. It's been pretty even so far. Not really anybody standing on the game at the moment. But I've got to say, Belgium are looking quite comfortable at the moment. A goal obviously will change that, but Belgium's looking quite comfortable. A lot of experience on this team, a lot of toughness, a lot of know-how. But this is a big test for Belgium. Robinson gives away the foul, but no big deal. No big deal. Just amazing. Like I said earlier, I just fiddled around with 3 different channels on TSN. None of them is on the right time. My tablet over a different system, not through TSN, is on time with the match. But that is not. And like I said before, there's many people throughout Canada who are watching the match late TSN, you thieving assholes. If you can't supply the service, why supply rigged service? Again, Belgium going down the right side. Loads of space, working it beautifully. In comes the cross. 1-0. Oh, what a great miss. What a huge miss. What a huge miss. He tries to side foot it in. Wrap your foot around it. Tries to side foot it in. That's 2 attempts now in the first 7 minutes for Belgium. They could well have been 1-0 up at this stage. Tim Ream out of place. Ball goes through. And a miss hit. It's going to be interesting. Courtois now with the ball in front of his penalty area. If you're just joining in, get in here. It's going to be a long night. But already, this game, after 7, nearly 8 minutes, is more enjoyable, more refreshing to see than that fiasco between Spain and Portugal. Hence, I do not like watching Spain play. They bore me to death. This, by far, is a much more livelier match, much more enjoyable. And I did say it would be. Because that this morning was absolutely ridiculously bad. He's going to make it. Get the cross in, son. Get the cross in. Beats the man one-on-one. Cross going in. No, it doesn't come in. Well defended one more time. Bit of a mistake coming through there. Shot in. Offside, 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 offside. He's looking down the line. He's not offside. Checking, checking, checking. But he doesn't look offside. Third time lucky. Pochettino's not too happy. Belgian fans loving it. Even the cross-dressers. You better be laughing. But 1-0. Now that deadens the party, doesn't it? Belgium, US going to regret this. Yarabamba. Belgium, US going to regret this. Yarabamba goal. And it is a goal. I'm waiting for the confirmation. It's been confirmed. Let's get it up there. There we go. It's confirmed. 1-0. We got a match. Much more enjoyable than this morning. As he comes in, watch this again. It's not cleared. If they'd have cleared it and gone for the ball, they would have averted this, and he's totally onside. Onside by a mile. Onside by a mile. Ball watching defenders. Watch everybody looking at the ball. Watch the blue boys watching the ball. No one's on the man. They're all ball watching. So many defences have been guilty this World Cup of a schoolboy error. And it is a schoolboy error. Ball watching. Too many people watching the ball, not watching the man. 1-0 Belgium. Now the US has got to show something. Now the US has got to come out. You've got plenty of time. 80 minutes to go. But thank the soccer gods, we have a goal. Itchy nose. We got a goal. It's what we wanted. Now it's going to open up the match. USA going to come down the right wing. Weston McKennie on the ball on the inside. Man slips. Can't get that ball. Belgium now. If they add a second goal to this quickly, referee free kick. If they were to add a goal to this quickly, it could make life really tough for the US. Milky Moo Celtic, goal, goal, goal. Milky Moo Celtic, cannot be boring game. Got to play ball, yes. Milky Moo, I slept through it, Stevie, and it wasn't because of the football. I found him. Send the posse over. I see the baldy. Get the posse over there. Not the guy at the top. The guy at the top, Colina, he's a great guy. The Wankfest master, down at the bottom. Princess Infantino, we're coming for you. I'm sending the posse around right now. You're going to jail. Soccer jail. The world hates your guts. Again, I'm going to say this, Belgium standing up very well in this match. The experience, the spread, the big plays they're making, expansive football, slowing it down when they need to. They've just been scored on, so they know ball possession right now is really key to keeping that 1-goal lead. But they came to play. Garcia seems to have got his tactics on the money. Big challenge coming up, ball out of play, throw in, Belgique. Belgium surprised me, says Yarabamba. I'm not too surprised. I know they've got this in their armory to play like this. And to be honest with you, I'll say something. Roberto Martinez, although a decent coach, did nothing for Belgium. The players did it all. And what did he do for Portugal? Nothing. The players lost it all. Richards is down. Took a bit of a bang. There he is, little Yuri Tielemans. Seems to have been around forever. Great player. Great player. Blaze, thoughts on Portugal being eliminated? Okay, it was a late goal coming through that got them done. And I think they were literally thinking it's going to go to extra time and long. Ball down the right side. Belgium keeping it in play. Robbo's tight in. Can't get the ball. Coming across the box. Physical play. Back to the wing. Beautiful football. Opening into the space. Man on the outside. Coming back in the inside. Doesn't chip it. Should have done. Belgium doing extremely well in the box here. And I tell you what, if that gets through, it could be 2-0 on the box. Belgium causing absolute chaos in the US 18-yard box. It's still not cleared. Coming back in the mixer. And well into the hands of Matt Fries. Again, all the plays are coming from Belgium. They're literally on song, on form, full of confidence. The early goal has given them everything. It really has. Shot coming in, just over. All the pressure is coming in on the US net. And it's a lot of pressure. 1 goal up already. It could be more. Taking a look quickly at the stats. Well, it can't be quicker because the internet is as slow as a freaking snail. 5 shots, 3 on target for Belgium so far. Nothing from the US. 5-3 so far. Nothing from the US. I wonder if the fans are going to start booing at half-time. I wonder. Because right now, you can see this being the end of the line for the US and we have no more hosts. Mexico went out last night. Amazing match. 3-2 against England at the Azteca. Amazing match. Courtois collects nice and easy. Canada, blown out of the World Cup. Literally blown out of it. 3-0. 3 goals. Quickly. No lungs in the second half because the coach had them press for 45 minutes of madness. Ran the team into the ground. Great coaching, Mr. Marsh. You did that at Leeds United. They got relegated when you left. Catastrophic coach is what I call him. Yaramamba says Stevie hates Infantino big time. I do. I don't hide it. I wear it on my sleeve, Yaramamba. But Portugal being eliminated, Blaze, you know, they didn't do anything in the match. They didn't look urgent enough. It was all defensive plays. It was always defensive posture. They were scared of going to goal down because they knew going to goal down they would have a problem getting it back. I really feel that they were looking for extra time and penalties because they offered nothing. Spain didn't push it. It was the most boring game you'll ever see, but it looked like two flatlining teams, to be honest. It didn't look like Spain, and it didn't look like Portugal. But if you don't work, and you don't get the ball in the back of the net, well, you're going nowhere. And Portugal did nothing, really, to keep it alive. Even when they had seconds on the board, minutes on the board, a goal down right at the end, they still didn't show that urgency you require to overturn a 1-0 deficit. So I say they whimpered out of the World Cup. Should they have taken Ronaldo? It's debatable right now. But who else did anything at the World Cup? Just saying. Portugal were flat. And I'd say that is that. And if the US don't start getting moving here, Belgium is going to command this game completely for the rest of the 90. Man down, referee's not having it. Again, referee's ignoring guys getting chopped down. But it's an all-Jordan team. Now, I watched this Jordan team in another match, and they're really passive. If anything, they're standoff scared. Standoff scared. They're very passive. They're not very interjective. They don't get stuck in there. And Mr. Tuma Makadima, he's your referee. So Mac, just call him Mac. He's refereeing the game. Mac in the middle with the orange shirt. Linesman, Al-Khalaf Jordan, Al-Roli Jordan. Fourth official, Acho from Gabon. And the VAR confirmed officials, Willie Dajidot. Unfortunate twist of the knee there. Onana down in pain. And he's going to check his knee on the sideline. But it might be okay. He looks like he's walking okay. He's got a bit of a wobble. There's some pain there, but he's walking it off. Can he walk it off? Can he play? It looks like real pain. He looks like real pain. Hand on head, he's feeling like his day is done. Tielemans with the ball, passes it back. We resume. Yarabamba, like Stevie says, Belgium looks very comfortable. They do. They do. They look like they've arrived. The goal has given massive confidence. They're playing their game. And they've silenced what could have been an absolute nuts crowd. American fans love goals. But they don't love goals scored on them right early. There's a long way to go. But your first 20 minutes or so, it does look as if Belgium is comfortable. If they get a second goal, it will be lights out. That's what the US has got to guard against right now. Cross in the middle. Well defended one more time. Brilliant defending one more time. 3 headers one more time. And back to Courtois. Not the best pass. Courtois will get there. But not the best pass. Chip the keeper if you can. We got another flaker on the field. We got another flaker. I wouldn't stop the game. I would not stop the game. I'd let him stay there. Why are you stopping the game, Jordan? Why are you stopping the game now? It's not a head injury. Really. The play acting begins. Done by his own man. So why are you stopping the game, I ask you again? US don't need you to stop the game for nothing. In order to get into this match, the US has got to be more effective down the left and the right wing. Come in the middle. Go wide. And again, the pass doesn't make it. Again, another Belgian player is there to take the ball. Onana coming through. Beautiful play. 1-2, going down the wing. He's going to run out of gas. Ladbrokes betting, if you have a bet on, you could have got 6-4 on for the US to win. 6-4 on. You put $40 on, you pay your tax, you get your 60, you get $100. That's a straight $40. You'll get your 100 if they win. The draw is 12-5, so you put $5 on, you get $12 back. $50 gets 1,200. And nearly coughed up in front of net. Again, the USA playing with fire in their own box. And they're looking very disjointed, to be quite frank. The play is disjointed. And that happens when you're playing against a big team. Yerabamba says, I am in a state of denial that Ronaldo lost. I feel like somebody died in my family. Lovely, lovely. Absolutely, absolutely. But Ronnie never got the service. They never got the service going. Ronnie was starved. Milky Moose Celtic says the US needs to wake up because he fell asleep. And he's laughing. The USA needs to wake up or they are going to find themselves 2-0 down before they've had their first lick of water. Coming up soon. Another corruption break. But yes, Pochettino is going to have to earn his money, get off that bench and start doing some walking and some talking and start inspiring that team to start forming an attack. Free kick all the way long. I mean, the guy's been pushed off the ball. Come on, that's definitely got to be a free kick to the US. Definitely got to be a free kick. Where are these referees from? Oh, he can call a water break, but he can't call a foul. What a junkie, I tell you. Water break is on, and you know what we do with water breaks. Oh, yes, you know what we do with water breaks. This is what we do with the water breaks. Absolutely. Good old fans booing Infantino the princess. And I say again, I find it so funny with that last comment coming through. I find it so funny. Let's see where this comes back at and that comes back at. We're waiting to see what happens in the second half here. Second half of the first half, thanks to the corruption break. But yeah, Yerabamba in a state of denial that Ronaldo lost. Will you be in a state of denial when Messi loses? Just a question. Belgium with 2018 reminiscings. Yes, absolutely, Yerabamba, 100%. 100%. Let us see. Whatever ads you get somewhere else, you don't get the same ads from zone to zone. And I'm going to say this again to embarrass the Canadian government. We don't need your government ads during football. You can shove them behind the back bench, bend over and get kicked in the head, okay? That's what we think. Because you backbenchers, you're full of corruption. Indenting for everything for yourself, paying for nothing, leeching of society, politicians, disgusting people. Waiting for it to come back on. Jeffrey Perrin. Jeffrey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Just checking in to see the score. It is 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 for Belgium. Early goal. They've had chances. They're owning the match. US has not got started yet, and Pochettino has a hole to dig out of. Stevie, did you study your... Sorry. Stevie, did you do your study on the hydration breaks, how the games are affected? I have got that. It's coming in the next show. Yes, I have. Good point. You listen well, man. You listen up well. Seriously, that is amazing. But yes, it's on a file. Not to be dropped until the last match of this round. Coming back at it. 26-13, I want to see what that TV's doing because I'm going to leave it on the tablet because the tablet seems to be running fine. I'm watching the game, and on TV for Canadians, the game hasn't even started. Okay? That hasn't even started. 26-03, and right now on the tablet, I got 26-30. That's what people are paying for. TSN, you're garbage. You're ripping people off. They should have chose another channel. Ball back to the keeper, Courtois. 1-0 so far. USA looking down the barrel of a gun. Looks like a defeat all the way right now. They've offered very little up front. And don't forget, to beat Courtois, the big man, you're going to have to do something special. But again, Belgium look like they are the home team playing maybe in Brussels. Belgium. Because they look so comfortable in the match right now. Okay, Gianni, you've had enough cash. We paid for the princess's break. Enough for that. But yes, USA, you got to dig out. You got to dig out fast. Got to make something happen. And the Canadian viewers are still 30 seconds behind my other feed. How do you like that? Craziness. Craziness. Belgium, double teaming every play. Clearing the lines, no nonsense. They're not tic-tac-toeing out of defence. It's just long ball, go to the wide side, keep it safe, keep possession. Playing a fantastic road match. You've got to hand it to Belgium. Much criticised during this World Cup for not having it. Right now, they're showing it. Definitely the best performance so far in this World Cup by Belgium. Problem being, can they contain this for 2 halves? Or maybe 4 quarters during 2 corruption breaks? I don't know who the hell we're looking at there, but it looks pretty boring to me. Get on the match. Ball out of play. Like I said, I don't know who the hell those pair are. Get them off the screen. Scotty, how you doing? D. Scott in from Toronto. I'm late, I know, but I obviously just got caught. The end of your righteous rant on corruption. I'm guessing the American red card. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, that came through from Donna Lisa Trump and Princess Infantino. Yes, Princess Infantino. She's lost all her hair. She's lost all her hair. She's lost her mind. Princess Infantino. Definitely. Probably been out too long with his boyfriend, Donna Lisa Trump. Those girls are going mad, you know. Both Trumpy and Infantino, those girls are going mad. Robbo on the side now. Can he beat his man? Gives and goes. Pulisic stepping inside. Must supply something. Doesn't need to stand there. Free kick. Interesting free kick there. Interesting free kick. For what? And a card? For what? That is the best dive ever. Balogun, keep diving, son. You'll win penalties. You can understand why Belgium are infuriated by Balogun. Yeah, let's keep watching people fill in their face, shall we? Yeah. I did it last night because I had to. Free kick here, right side of the goal all day long. Round the wall to the right or over... over Richardson. Between Richardson and Ream into the left corner, into the left post, top left post. Tillman lining it up. And I tell you what a fantastic hit. I tell you, it's 1-1, redemption, 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 redemption. I tell you what, a brilliant strike. And in it goes, one apiece. One apiece. Absolutely sending the crowd deliriously happy. But referee, you give away a free kick and this is what happens. Take another look. Left side, takes a deflection. Unfortunate Courtois. Who does it hit? Own goal. Own goal. If Courtois stands where he is, he doesn't miss that. 1-1. Game on. USA saving their asses. Milky Moo, wow, wow, wow. Chaos Flow, how you doing? Says goal. 1-1. Yarabamba. Trump just jinxed the Team USA. Let's see what happens. Altidore, my man. TFC, TFC. Scotty, you're never late, mate. You're never late, Scott. You're never late. Never, ever. 1-1 game on. Probably what the neutrals wanted to see. One apiece. But Courtois committed. And the deflection takes it past him. Tillman jumps up. But it is an own goal. One apiece. Let's see where this goes now. 32 minutes gone. And isn't it crazy? I'm telling you, something funny is on with these cameras. Before the goal, the camera on screen, the feed on screen was literally right on time. And again, I tell you what, an amazing match. We've got another goal already. Holy moly. You couldn't keep the lead. What are you doing, guys? You couldn't keep the lead. Couldn't keep the lead. What are they doing, fellas? I'm changing scores quicker than I've ever changed scores any time ever. Straight away, US take the lead and Belgium tie it up. Amazing. Look at the ball come down the left wing. Beautiful play. America going to sleep as soon as they scored. It's obvious you're sleeping. You get scored on straight away. Belgium scores at will. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy. And I'm reading your stuff, guys. Chaos Flow of goal. And I'll tell you what, as soon as you said it, another one goes on the other side. Now the US need to put one back in the net. Crazy game. And again, compared to this morning, this is pure joy. Pure joy. What a match. Pochettino back on his chair. What has the US got to do to stay in this match? Really, what have they got to do to stay in this match? Charles de Cotillier, 2 goals so far, 1 on 9, 1 on 33. Tillman just answered up on 31. USA must think, what have we got to do to stay in this match? Coming down the right wing. Do we have another goal before half-time? Great cross. Well stopped. Again. That's definitely going to come back on him. That's Tuffy coming back on. I tell you what, diving in. Weston McKennie diving in. You may be seeing one of these. But if it goes to the VAR, there you go. There's the yellow. But if it goes to VAR, he may be seeing one of these. Let's see what happens. Remember, there's a new sheriff in town. And I'm hunting Donalisa Trump and Princess Infantino. If you see him, let me know. We'll send a posse around. 2-1 Belgium. 33 minutes gone. The crowd stunned into silence once more. They got to raise the bar in the crowd and cheer their troops right on. Because America, you're at war. And Belgium is the enemy. Cross coming in again on the 6-yard line. That's what they're hoping for. 35 minutes gone. Ball going left to right. Long ball. It does make it. Beautiful take. Steps inside. US back into possession going down the wing. Hassled coming through. I'm so glad I've got this screen going because that screen is a nightmare. This screen is full on time. Absolutely brilliant. Again, USA looking a bit disorganized in the play. It's all reactive. 2 goals scored on the US in 30-odd minutes. There seems to be more coming. Belgium playing a fantastic road match, really. When you consider the crowds against them, the pressures on them, they're playing a fantastic match. Really, they are. Trying to keep that ball in play. It goes out of play. Trossard doing the dirty work as well, not just the offensive work, but he's doing the hassling, he's doing the press, he's doing the dirty work, the hard work, the midfielder stuff. The odd thing is that feed that was there was a minute behind, and now it's about 5 seconds in front of this. So I don't know what they're doing on TV, but it's not right. Ream now with the ball, looking to set someone up to prove they can go through this Belgian team and score and get that second goal. But all they're meeting is resilience from Belgium, who are literally playing their top match of the tournament. Oddly enough, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And right now, Belgium are looking tough. And they're choosing the right match to come of age in the tournament. Tielemans digging out. Nearly caught in possession. Moving the other way. Pulisic nearly intercepts that but can't get it. Castagna forging forward deep in the zone. Belgium overloading in the half right now. Dominant on the right side. Nobody in the middle, so if the cross comes in, it's got to be Trossard fully left. Again, USA stuck in their own half most of this match. Does look like the Belgians. In it comes and headed out. Corner ball. De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. Doku on the bench. There's a lot of talent on the bench. And if he doesn't need, I'm talking Garcia, the coach, if he doesn't need to use players up until the second half, at least the 60-minute, they're going to finish strong. Yuri Tielemans now with the free kick. Goal kick, I should say. Corner kick, even so. Beautiful scene. Look at the stands in Seattle. Great save by Ream. Knocking it in. Freeze gets 2 hands on it. Ream in the right place. Freeze in the right place, and it doesn't go in. USA trying to get out of their own half, but there's no support grouping. Belgium back in control again. Keeping possession beautifully. That's the name of the game. And they're doing it beautifully. USA scored 1 goal already. You know they can do it again. Plenty of time. This game's not over, but Belgium definitely are shadowing this match and owning the match beautifully. For a team that's on the road, that's why I'm wearing and supporting US in this one, because I know they'd be the weaker team. I did it this morning for Portugal, wearing the Portuguese shirt before anybody jumps on me. So, USA, my opinion, need help. And Mr. Balogun really hasn't been anywhere near it. So, second half, Pochettino's going to have to change up the system. Come with something fresh, because right now it's not working. And when you consider that the referee was the assist, bear with me, when he calls that free kick, it's a beautiful situation, but also it gets assisted as the ball goes over the wall with the deflection. So a fortuitous goal gets the US level. But I'm telling you now, so far in the attacking phase, they really are stepping on their own toes. They're not flowing. They're not finding the final pass. And they're being dominated by Belgium in Belgium's final third. Defensively, Belgium look solid. And yes, they've taken a goal. But it wasn't an open play. It was a free kick against the run of play. ties it up, and straight after, if you're just walking in, as soon as Belgium score, as soon as USA scored the tying goal, Belgium tied it up. That's one of the things you have to guard against as a player. As soon as you score, you know you've got to be very careful, because normally when you score, teams score against you, and that's exactly what happened. Belgium literally loads of time, loads of space in the middle, passing it around. Trossard on the right, passing it back into the middle. Lots of time. The USA need to get out there and start hitting the press. Grab that ball. Make things uneasy. Bit of a soft free kick there. Richardson explodes. Can't believe he's called for it. Let's take a look. Here's the foul. Again, Tim Ream on spot, just in case. Matt Freeze stops the shot. US fans standing next to Belgian fans. There's no aggro, there's no hooligans. It's all goodwill. And that's the thing with Americans, Canadians, Mexicans, anybody this side, the hooligan thing never arrived. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. Give your head a shake. You didn't even hit the target, man. Give your head a shake. Doesn't even hit the target. Perfect cross. All the time in the world, nobody on him, and he heads it a billion miles past the post. From 6 yards out. The game was right on his head there. Going in at half-time, 3-1. Team wins the ball. Pulisic needs to start orchestrating something up front. He hasn't done so far, and he needs to. Robbo, no, down the line. Very active. Cuts inside. Tim Ream on the ball, passing it from left to right. Coming to the right side. Richardson now. Onto the wing. Dest gives it and goes. Gets shoved back. Nice open play there. Lovely dummy into the middle. Nice play. Very inventive. Very creative. And that's what you got to do. Do the unexpected. But Milky Moo should have been 3, absolutely. If the USA loses, Pochettino visa is cancelled. Says Yarabamba. I like that. Milky Moo, Celtic, Ngoy. Yes, you know him. Yarabamba, Seattle, great city. It is indeed. It is indeed. I've been there a couple of times, actually. Adrian, if you're on the West Coast, I hope you're enjoying this match. Ball through the middle. Adrian from BELGIUM on the West Coast, just outside Seattle. We know who you are. You know who we are. Milky Moo. Belgium's doing the simple things really well. And that's a fact. They are. A goal here before half-time. Tillman with the throw-in. A goal here before half-time is exactly what the USA need. Again, referee coming in, crying. It's getting very boring what these referees are doing. All they're doing is stopping the flow. I wonder if they do that in Jordan. I tell you they won't, because the players will go irate on their asses. Ball in the box. Oh, I tell you. Huge miss. Huge miss. Huge miss. Yeah, you know how big that was. Huge miss by Balogun. And a lot of Belgium fans will be saying, don't let that red card score a goal. This referee is not up to standard. I'm sorry, he's not up to standard. Now, why did that take so long? Why did that take so long? Why did that take so long? I don't see any reason to have delayed the match at all, for nothing at all. And the time, like I tell you, doesn't get tacked on. Ball over the top. Not going to make it. Well headed out of play. Nice defending once more time. USA is stretched to the limit right now. I think they're really stretched to the limit. Quality is showing through. As you condense yourself into a tournament, as you go further in, the cream rises to the top. Right now, Belgium has woke up in this tournament. They are not going to win the World Cup. I will play money on that one. They're not going to win the World Cup. But they're making a dancing partner right now for someone in the next round. And I wonder, what can the US bring in the second half? It's going to have to change with the tactics. It's going to have to be more energy, more speed, more legs pumping. Don't stick in the defensive zone. Get up front. Amazing that ball doesn't go out. And it does go out. How does a referee think that ball goes out? These referees, garbage. Sorry. They're all robotic in their maneuvers. They're all robotic. They've been influenced by FIFA in certain editions, especially when you talk about the clutching and the grabbing around the net. USA, Dest coming down the right wing, needs to go with speed, hasn't got any partners, needs a favour. Going outside, lost. No foul. Definitely not a foul. Robbo's going surfing in the middle of the park there, jumping down. But again, Belgium winding down this half, winding down the game. In certain parts of the match, you can see Belgium taking a little bit more time, taking the sting out of the match, lulling US into a false sense of security. Ball's going all the way through. Comes to the other side. 1-on-1 now. And it's a corner. Beautiful play. Ball back in play. Shot coming in, going wide. Should be a corner. That should be a corner. And he gives the goal kick. I told you, they're not up to standard. Trossard, though, give him credit. Doesn't react, doesn't get mad. But Pochettino, you've got 45 minutes to sort this mess out or you're going out of the World Cup. There's no other way to look at it. You cannot hang in your own defensive area and wish to get the goals on the counter every time. Beautiful ball in the middle. Free kick blown. USA need to inspire themselves. Otherwise, it ends tonight. The dream will be over and we'll have no hosting nations in this World Cup. Ball through now. Dangerous. Well played by Mr. Courtois, coming out, blocking the angles, does very well. Going down the left wing now. Stopped one more time. The flow is not there. You need to go with flow. You need flow in football. The USA struggling with the flow. Belgium doing a massive job here. Frustrating the US, keeping it tight. A foot in here, just like you saw there. A foot in there, just like you see now. Owning the positions, making life difficult for the US. Showing experience, showing know-how. Working for each other. And again, I'm going to say it. It's the best performance of the World Cup for Belgium. Unfortunately for you Americans, it's happening against you. But top performance by Belgium in white and baby blue. He finds the winger again. It goes out of play. Milky Moo says, kind, be good. Be a good thing if Balogun scored, if you get me. I do get you. Absolutely. For the US, that's exactly what needs to happen. A little bit of a risky back pass there, but it's cleared down the wing, left side, right side. We go forward. Dest marching forward, through ball to Belgium. Take the shot, take the shot. Corner coming up. Or is it throwing? Corner. Corner coming up. But he did the right thing. He takes the shot. And that's what you got to do. It would highlight the event massively. Yes, it would. Absolutely. I totally knew what you meant, mate. Totally knew what you meant. US fans looking for the second goal. Pulisic now, a fan favourite in the US. US fans doing the one chant they know really well. USA, USA, USA. Everybody can sing that. But when you get your crowd in unison, it has something. It brings special moments. Pulisic with the corner. Ball went out, did it? Great gather by Courtois. Masterly by Courtois. And there you go. Half-time is upon us. 2-1 at the half. Got to tell you. USA need to bring more in the second half. It's not over until it's over. But you got to say, Belgium doing majestically so far. I tell you. Crowd somewhat down, but there's another 45 minutes to go. Tillman on 31, De Clotaire on 9 and 33. And I tell you, it's really setting up for one team, and that's Belgium. And they're playing their best match of the tournament. USA need to turn it around in the second half and bring, I'll say this, they need to bring a performance that is unexpected. Much in the match like Mexico and England from last night. What the English team did there in Azteca Stadium, Mexico, very few teams will do. First of all, they score 3 goals. Secondly, they win. But thirdly, and more importantly, what the English team did there in that match was show a will to win and a will not to lose. The togetherness that English national team showed last night is something I have not seen in many, many years. And I mean many years. That togetherness was replication of the 1998 World Cup when Beckham was sent off against Argentina, against Diego Simeone, and the rest of the English team put up a wall that would not be beaten. And that was an amazing match back in 98. The US needs to come out in the second half guns blazing, both barrels, everything cocked, lots of slugs to go. They got to come out and throw the kitchen sink at the Belgians as well. But sitting back, it won't do it. They've got to come out strong. They've got to come out firing. And they've got to make the changes at 60 to 65 for legs on the wing. Mark my words. They need to go down the wings, fast and furious style. And Balogun's waiting, Pulisic is waiting to maybe tap that ball over the line. But you've got to go for it. The free kick does not fool me. It's a free kick. It does not have anything to do with the flow of the match. And it was awarded by Mr. Jordan, the referee, at the right time of the match. 1-1. But what did the US do? Get scored on straight away. Cardinal sin. Once you score, you have to hold that lead or hold that tie. But you can't get scored on as soon as you just scored. Cardinal sin. Coming back in the second half, let's see what we got. I'm going to put up a real picture for inspiration of the US team. Give me a second here. Take that one down. Can't give you the lineups because I don't have the lineups in it. I could show you the lineups on another screen, but you don't want to see that. That's for sure. Just 1 second. Just looking online, you're going to take the stats on with you before we go anywhere. Looking at the stats, we'll take you with me. Just a second. We'll get them stats up ASAP right now. Looking at stats, take that down. Into the stats we go right now. 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to put the stats up so you can see the stats from the match while we take a break. Just going to quickly refresh that so you've got the right numbers. And there are the stats on the match. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back shortly. Don't worry, we will be back. But I'm going to play some music as well while you're waiting. Some lovely music for you to love the World Cup our style as we go through it. Going to get the stats up there for you again. And I will be back on screen very shortly. screen here pretty soon, guys. 2-1 is the score. Where's it going to go? A little bit of country and western here for the USA. Some inspiration, helping out with the mojo of the red, white, and blues. Stars and stripes. Let's hope they can get it going. Right now, it's not looking so good. Coming back on screen in a second or two. There we go. All the love I can give for the US, I've given today. If you can get it. Rain is looking like he's coming into the battle for the US. Let's see what happens. Keep enjoying the music. Rain it into the battle. Dest out. That's a good call. Dest wasn't doing it. And we're going to slowly remove the music as we're getting into the game, getting you ready. There you go, guys. Lovely transition into the match. And the match is live. Let's see what we can get. Can Belgium do it again? Can Belgium push the US to the absolute limit? Keep the great comments coming, guys. It's been great so far. Just a second. Hello, hello. We are there. We are there. We are there. We are talking. Chaos Flow, no sound. It got fixed. It got fixed. Absolutely. One more goal by Belgium, and you got to think it's done. So USA's got to guard against that right now. Cannot take another goal. That would be absolutely disastrous. They've got to stay on the board. They have to keep this together. Fucking thing. Now, is this going to make any difference at all? Pochettino's had the talk, made the change. USA looking more active. They know they've got every second to worry about because tick-tock, tick-tock, the longer it takes to get that tying goal, the quicker the US is going to be leaving the tournament. That's not a good look. That's not a good look on the US. Got the dice in my hand. Yep, we got the dice. There's the dice, as you see. I'm going to roll the dice in and see where this puppy's going. They never lie. They have not lied all through this World Cup. They're not about to start. We're throwing first for the USA. It don't look good. It don't look good. It don't look good. We're throwing for Belgium. Oh, yeah. Oh, commandingly. The dice have really jumped up for Belgium. They're showing me 3 bigs. 3 bigs to nothing. Belgium look like they're going through on the dice as well. I tell you, it's going to be a long night. But 1 goal for the US can change it, and that's exactly what needs to happen. They need to change their affairs right now. .47 minutes gone, coming up to 48 pretty soon. And I am watching where a lot of people cannot watch. A lot of people have had their cable go down here in Canada during this match. We are still watching. Maybe they've got too many lines to feed and they're overloaded and they can't handle the buffering, because that's what it looks like. They're nowhere to be seen. Yerobamba, Stevie, for the stats in Mexico in official matches has not defeated a big team other than Brazil in 1999 in the Azteca. There you go. There you go. But you still got to go and do it, though. And England, notoriously, they don't work that hard all the time. They worked hard last night. They really did. I mean, I've watched England and a few teams play over the years, and that was a really defining performance. But like so many competitions, you'll see teams put in a really defining performance. But does it wear out the team? Do they leave their best performance in an earlier round and then can't make it into the final? Lovely ball keepers all day long. Matt Fries gathers, rolls out, sets the USA coming back the other way. Excuse me. Big fight, big fight, big fight in front of the box. Big tackles coming up. Everybody's putting everything into this. I think we're going to have a decent second half. The first half set up the second half big time. Big time. Ball down the line. He's going to make it. Beautiful play. If he could sort himself out. Two guys on him. He'll go in between, go outside, gets the crossing, wins the corner. And Tim Ream heavily into the board. Luca Bacchio, Tim Ream colliding into the boards. No damage done. Tim's a tough nut. He'll get up. I do like what Tim Ream is all about, actually. Top defender. My take is, why are those boards so close to the field? Get them further back. Give the players some space. They don't need to be that close to the field, do they not? Especially when people are running. Ball in. Could be in a great header into the bottom corner. Ball back in the box. Keepers all day long. Well done, Matt Fries. Two to 1, Belgium leading early in the second half. About 6 minutes gone if you're watching right now. Robbo now down the left wing, in deep. Nice ball in the middle. Take the shots. No shots, no foul. I tell you what, was there not something there to give a free kick? I mean, it seems like Mr. Jordan's giving free kicks for free. There was an idea to give a free kick for free again. I have no faith in this referee. No faith at all. No faith whatsoever. Kick it out. Kick it out. Kick it out. Kick it out. Kick the ball out. That's what you're supposed to do, is kick the ball out, guys. Terrible refereeing. Absolutely abomination. If you think you can bring referees in from low leagues into a World Cup finals and have them be as good as the top referees, you must be kidding yourself. He knew exactly what he was doing, Thielemann, as he stepped over. He knew exactly what he was doing. Again, this referee is not up to standard. He is running around like a headless chicken. Pulisic definitely got hurt with that one, limping away. And also in a time of the battle, when you have one of your top players limping and in pain, you look at that person, that leader, to shrug the pain off, get in the match, start overturning it. This is the time for Pulisic to get into this. Robinson's too deep. He needs to be up forward. Gets the ball back. Well done. Go the right side. Go the right side. Pushes it off too far. Should have gone for the right side. No fouls. I tell you, no fouls, really. I saw at least 2 or 3 fouls there that should have been whistled down. This referee's not even watching the ball. He's not even watching the play. He's not even watching the ball coming in or the player putting the ball in the back of the net. He's not watching the play. Have a look at referee from Jordan. He's not even watching the play. Where did they drag these guys from? Really? As I said in the first half, the players have no faith in these officials whatsoever. You can see it as they're reacting to the referees. They have no faith in these referees whatsoever. I'm going to do something for you right online here. Give me a second. I'll be right there. I'm watching what you're watching. Ball's coming into the middle. I'll get an answer for myself here right now. I'm going to do something offline here. Take seconds. I'll have something for you in a second here. Let it go back. Push that away. Get back into the match. USA fans jumping on it. Got the drums going. The fans jumping up and down, singing their songs. They're trying to get the US stimulated. It seems Pochettino's pep talk is working. Better fighting, better attitude. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. But the one thing they're not doing is them three lines. Defence, midfield and forwards, they're not pushing up together. They're leaving the defensive line too deep, which means basically when you get into the Belgium half, there's no support. Look at that line of three sitting so deep. That needs to be two guys, not three. That's two guys. Put another guy in the midfield, overload the midfield, keep things moving. Robinson on the left side now. Stitter stopping. Coming up to half an hour left in the match. Pochettino is going to have to earn his money standing on that sideline. No point sitting on your ass. Get on the sideline, start barking the orders, instill that team to go forward. The US is sitting too deep. Their work rate is better, but they're sitting too deep. And there you go. 3-1 on the day. I tell you, look at this. What is Matt doing? What is Matt doing? And that is that. What the hell is Matt doing out of the net like that? Absolutely crazy defending. And there you go. It's 3-1. And it's probably end of the line. Dumb nut defending. Literally, dumb nut defending. Absolutely. There's nothing else to say. Absolutely crazy. Goal. Chaos Flow. New blooper. Yaramamba. It seems Pochettino's pep talk is working until then. Watch this again. Ball over the top. Nothing really for a goalkeeper to come out for. You got a defender who could have literally taken the ball. You're tackled by him as well. Man, oh man. There are defenders that could have taken that ball. He could have stayed in his own penalty area. And Tim Ream, bless his soul, can't get back. He had the chance to kick it out and faked the ball. Biggest mistake of his lifetime. Tim Ream taps it into his own net. Unfortunately, trying to score or trying to get the ball out, but 3-1 down early in the match. You got to say, as much as you don't want to, that's it. It's done. Terrible piece of goalkeeping. Man, oh man. Stay in your box. That's your job. You're not a defender. But you just killed the US right there. I don't see 2 goals coming back. I definitely do not see 3 for the win. Pulisic is off. He's done nothing. This has come and I'm going to be doing, connected successfully, well done, but I'm going to be doing some work. So hear this and hear this now. Tomorrow, the Argentina match. I will not be covering that. Tomorrow I'll be doing something else. Getting ready for Colombia versus Switzerland tomorrow night. You can't do all the games, guys. You'll wear yourself out, and that's why I'd sooner watch and talk Switzerland and Colombia tomorrow night than Argentina in the morning. 60 minutes gone. Coming up to it right now. Can the US get back into this? That's the question. 2 goals down at home. Half an hour to go, and then you're out of the World Cup unless you can get those goals. And honestly, give Belgium credit. They've stood tall. They've answered the bell. Tim Ream will get there first, passes it back to Matt Fries. And this time, Matt Fries doesn't piss around. He kicks it out first time. I wonder why. I wonder what made him kick it first time this time. Maybe his absolute abominable piece of defending. It's all about thinking, isn't it? It's all about thinking. You're asking defenders to do skill approach moves in their own back line, and they're not able to do it. Tim Ream on the ball, heading forward to no one. US coming up with possession. Tim Ream pushing it right straight away. No wastage of time. The ball's moving fast, as it should be. Slick passing into feet, legs pumping. There's too many US players walking, and I see too many Belgian players jogging in and out of position. USA need to start working. They're walking. You're not walking that ball into the back of the net. And again, I'm going to say it. The goal scored by the USA came off a free kick, not in open play. They've had problems in open play all match long. Balogun missed a sitter in front of the bar. If that goes in, we got a different game. And just before half-time, it would have been 2-2. Poised beautifully to take Belgium out. But again, I'm going to say, when you meet a team that's slightly better than you, everything seems tougher to do. You can't get your mojo. You can't get things working. Robinho going down the line, should go down the line, beats his man, cuts back inside. Edge of the box. I don't understand that for a second. What a waste of passage of play. What a waste of passage of play. They're doing all the things wrong that you could do wrong. Come back inside. Corner ball. Adams trying to get in the head of Trossard, but if I was Trossard, I'd just be pointing at the scoreboard. Hey, Adams, check the board. That's what it's about, yeah? You're down. You're going out. Not a great look on Pochettino's face. Corner coming in. Is it to be 4-1? Is it to be 4-1? Remembering the USA starting out the World Cup with a beautiful 4-1 win over Paraguay. Is it to go the other way on the final day for them? Ball coming back to the wing. Nice defensive play. USA back in possession. But it's all very staggered and disjointed. And again, Weston McKennie fighting. Ball's going to go out. Goal kick coming up. More time coming off. Indeed, it looks like it could be trouble for the US. A goal in the next 10 minutes is vital. USA seem to be leaving the tournament much in the shape of Canada being beaten up by Morocco. Both have conceded 3 goals. Oddly enough, Mexico conceded 3 goals last night. All the 3 hosts, the 3 amigos, Canada, USA, Mexico, all conceded 3 goals in their final match at this World Cup. That doesn't just happen. The cream rises to the top. Reality check is hitting us hard. And when we get to the final 8, we really do have the top 8 teams in the tournament. Which means, in a few days, 4 big teams will be collecting that bar of soap from the hotel, getting on that little minibus, going to the airport, getting on that plane, and going home. Whereas 4 other teams will move on. 3-1, it's coming down to the wire for time. It's all very disappointing for the US on what was supposed to be a massive day. And with the world looking on with that red card rescinded miraculously for BELGIUM, well, I reckon the whole world is saying, well, fair play does come around at the end of play, even if FIFA know nothing about fair play. The cartel in Switzerland knows nothing about the logo on the side of their building. Cross coming in, corner. It's got to go faster. Come on, USA. It's got to go faster. Let's have a goal here quick. It's dripping and slipping pastures. Doku's coming on. Romelu Lukaku's coming on for Belgium. Could that spell more trouble? In a game like this, you can see Doku supplying something for Lukaku. And maybe they've been sitting on the bench looking at USA's defence, which they should be, and they're carving a situation from the bench. They're creating a goal from the bench. Ball in, headed way over. But sitting on the bench, those two coming in, Doku, Romelu Lukaku, you can't tell me they're not looking at that back line and saying, listen, if you go wide, cut in there, cut back here, I'm going to go to the back post, I'll come into the front post, deliver a quick whipper into the front post, I'll be in there with a diving header. Something like that. You can't sit on the bench and just twiddle your thumbs. It's not a computer game. Belgium coming into their own. USA looking a little bit fatigued. But experience. Beautiful wing play. Chipping the ball into the crowd, not the best. USA, 24 minutes. Got to get things happening. Substitutions coming in. Things have got to happen now. Couple of stats as we've got them on the board right now, guys. Shots on the clock, 13 shots to 3. 13 shots to 3 right now. 13 shots to 3. Belgium, 13 shots. USA, 3. Shots on target. Belgium, 6. USA, 1. And that was the free kick. But since then, nothing's gone on target. And it's all one-way traffic. USA really meeting a bigger team, a stronger team on the day. Chopped down, definitely bringing out the yellow card there. I'll raise you one. And I'll see you two, referee. Definitely a match where it's got away from the US. Substitutions coming in. USA, job's done, day's done. I don't think it matters who they bring on right now. I just see two teams of different stature. Belgium's got this in the back pocket right now. Something's got to happen. As we're in the break, you know what's coming next. We're going to go into the stats, give you some stats. And literally give that to FIFA. 3-1 on the day. Wouldn't you like money raining down on your head like that? Because Gianni is all about the money. FIFA's all about the money. They're all about the money. Show me the money. They're all about the money. That's enough for Gianni. He doesn't deserve any more. We double paid him the first commercial break, remember? Don't need to give him any more money. Jeffrey Perrin, were there any Canadian referees in this tournament? Yes, there were. One of the top referees was Drew Fisher from Canada. Decent referee, but he didn't have his best day in his last match. He was very much, what I think, influenced by the FIFA doctrine. that all these referees have. They seem to be wanking all over the players when there's a corner for no reason. And some of the decisions they're calling, they make no sense. They really make no sense. No sense whatsoever. USA started too early. They started to peak. Peak mode should be peaking now. Yeah. They came in strong, but did they peak too early? Milky's right. I think he is. Ofto Gifted Experience. Good morning, fella. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Milky Celtic says, morning, Octo. Stephen Schwabi says, it's okay, Trump will ask for a rematch if they lose. Yeah, and Princess Infantino will allow it, yeah? Yeah, Donna Lisa Trump and Princess Infantino, they love each other, but nobody loves them. Not in the football world, not in the soccer world. Nobody loves them, and you don't need to. There's nothing to love. There's nothing to love. Milky's laughing. But them US fans decked out in their stars and stripes are looking pretty sad. A few laughs going on when you see yourself on TV, and that's cool, but the dream is coming to an end unless there's a miracle in Seattle. Is there a miracle in Seattle? Because if there is, it needs to come fast. And again, we have no clock on the board. That's another form of conspiracy I'm talking about, because normally every match I've watched throughout my life, there is a clock on the board. They are cheating us somehow for time and switching channels, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look on FIFA. And it's been done deliberately because they've got so many channels going through that are not on time. Absolutely crazy. Adams is out. His day is done. I still do not have a clock on any of the matches that I'm watching. I'm watching the same match, but I have no clock on any of these channels. Not at all. I'd love to tell you what minute it is. It's probably 72 minutes. I can go on to Google, and Google tells me what time it is. It's at 72:14. Yet there's no clock on screen. There's something really fishy about that, guys. There's something really fishy about it. Now, after a minute and a half, I've got a clock on 72:40. Absolutely unbelievable scenes with their administrating. Absolutely. I don't get where they're coming from. Not for a second. It's so dysfunctional. Honestly. Another anxious moment there for Matt Freese with the ball. Again, they give him the ball. 17 minutes to go. A really flat performance by Team USA, letting the fans down, destroying the nation's dream. They need a miracle to get it back on track here in Seattle. An absolute miracle. That screen from TSN just changed back and came 15 seconds later. It was 2 seconds in front of my feed on my tablet. The feed now is 27 seconds behind what I've got here, and that is immediately. It dropped the clock immediately. Came back with another clock, way wrong. Explain that. Well defended one more time. Belgium doing the simple things, keeping it easy, winding down the clock. Eventually, USA is going to have to get desperate. If you fall over, that's not a foul. If you fall over, that is not a foul. Castagna, what a joker. If you fall over, that's a foul. I would have booked him for that. Deliberate diving is not a foul. Dave Magotti says, I see a clock on BBC's coverage. Was it there and was it removed? And did it come back? Have a clock here. Okay, Milky's got a clock. RTR Pro. Yeah. Yes. Yarabamba, Seattle is soccer crazy. I know This by the support of the Sounders, 100%. 100%. And the Sounders have been there for many years. Doku fighting, going with speed. He's got the beating of his man, goes to the corner. Doku can't believe it. Some of these decisions at this World Cup have been absolutely horse shit. I can't believe some of the calls we've made here today. That's definitely off a US player's foot. This guy from Jordan is not up to standard. Seattle, be loud. Be loud. Get it up there. Come on, 15 minutes to save yourselves. Well, he is shameless. He is shameless. Leonardo, absolutely. My good friend, Signor Badaviera. Ream with the ball. Nowhere to go. No options. Nothing open. Not that people are hiding, but nothing's open. Everything's covered. Belgium are playing an absolutely brilliant match. And they're not using energy. They're doing the simple things. Free kick coming up again. Robbo getting a little bit too excited, putting the boots in. Castagne's down. I think he needs a little bit of assistance. He's just getting up now. Take a look. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't cleats. It's the top of the boot on the shin pad. Come on, get up. Dave Magotti, he has been told to give the US every advantage. No doubt. No doubt. Let's see what happens in the last 15. And added time. How much added time do you think is coming? I said 10 minutes last night for the England-Mexico, where it should have only been maybe 4 or 5. And I was joking when I said 10. It came back as 11. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back with the same again. Free kick USA. Tillman hacked down. Get straight up. See, when you got the urgency to play the match, you don't lie down for half an hour. You get straight up. This is where Belgium will start cooking the clock. Throw-ins that they win will be taken slowly. Free kicks that they win will be taken slowly. They're going to slow the clock right down and tick-tock it on US's dreams. Great scenes here in Seattle. 3-1 on the night. Not what the US needed. And as the sun goes down, that line of sunshine moves across the field. Remember when we started? It was on the far side. The clock is ticking, America. You've got to score now. You've got to score now to set up a massive final. Referee's having another wank attack. It looks embarrassing when these guys with the whistle start screaming at the players. It's like, are you not able to talk? What are you so pumped up negatively for? Are you not able to talk? Show some respect to the players. Going back to Robbo, to Richardson, I beg your pardon. In through the middle. Tim Reen open. Right now, I'm watching the US filtering down for a 3-1 loss and leaving the tournament. They've really not got it at the moment. It needs to be a miracle. On net, miracle. Oh, I tell you, and that's the kind of thing we need. That's the kind we need. Behalter, a great player for the US, nearly gets them back on the board. They need a goal to set up the climatic finish. Why is the referee in the way? Why is that idiot in the way? We've seen Supergirl before on one of the matches. And there's the old coach looking on, watching his son. But again, if that goes in, and it was not that far off, it sets up a brilliant finish. We've got enough time for it. But the US has got to go now. Free kick again coming up. No free kick. Down and injured. The biggest scoreline ever between these two came about May 29th, 2013. Belgium won 4-2. That match was played in Washington, D.C. It can still happen again, but it was a 2-goal game. This is a 2-goal game. on the right wing. Lots of hassle. Well done, beating the ball. Energy. We need to bring more guys up front. Into the middle it must go. Into the middle it does go. Unfortunately, no foul given. Did get a bit of a niggle. The referee's not watching. 10 minutes exactly to go. Dave Magotti, LOL, this will get 10 minutes. I'm telling you. I think you're right, Dave. I really do. I collected all pictures of the teams in the past World Cups. What a difference from Belgium 1970 to Belgium 1986 when they were all white. I tell you. You can look right across Europe. That is what I said about Germany with the mentality. Back in the 70s, it was predominantly just a white team, predominantly a white nation. But once you start mixing ethnicities, you change the balance of the mentality. They don't all have the same conversations about the same subject. They all have different subjects and different themes to follow. So when you talk about that angle, the German mentality 50 years ago was much stronger than it is now. And look how Germany just whimpered out of the tournament. 50 years ago, that didn't happen. That's brilliant. Going through now. Come on, crash the net. Crash the net. Big save by Courtois. But he picks the wrong side. He should have gone across the keeper. Right post. There's still time. It's got to come. It's got to come. And Dave, 10 minutes extra time. I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Chaos Flove says, and this is beautiful, Chaos Oflove says the Jordan ref is a CIA agent. Absolutely CIA agent. Definitely. I love that. Dave Magotti also says, I still wonder how Pochettino can show his face in Europe after defending that reinstatement. Yes. Dave Magotti has been told to give the US every advantage. You know it. If you're wondering about the ref, he is a CIA agent. Says Chaoso Flove. US fans, hoping it's going to happen. Not happy. Quite sad. In some ways, it's a reality check, but in some ways, it's a dour performance. Headed, keeper's coming. Nice take by Courtois. He's going to go down, eat the clock. And he's going to eat that clock big time. Straight at the keeper with the shot. Really wasn't the best shot. De Bruyne is sitting on the water box. He's now been reduced to a water boy. Free kick coming up. Behelter gets it. No messing around. You see, when you need it, you get hit, you get up straight away. It just highlights all the play acting, the Hollywood BS that these players are into. You kick them in the shins, they clutch their head, go down as if you shot them. Ball wide sowed. Too late. Back into the middle. Danger averted. Cleared one more time. 7 minutes to go. I think you can look at both those, Dave. The decline in their league and the mentality as a nation. I think it really does factor in. I lived in Germany for a long time. I know that German mentality. Die deutsche Mentalität ist stahlhart. Und heutzutage ist es nicht mehr Stahl, sondern schwach. And if you knew what I said, you got it. But if you don't, I'll reinstate a translation for you. The German mentality was steel hard. It's not hard as steel today. They've been softened. And the old Germans in Germany know it. Leonardo Baraviera, a goal from the US now would put the fire in the match. It so would. And it's also going to be interesting. If we get a goal now, that extra time. Look at the extra time coming in. That'll tell you everything you need to know. But right now, it's all USA on the attack. Belgium doing the simple things. Doku on the ball. He's got Lukaku up head. He's got this guy for speed all day long, being held back. Beats him for speed, beats him for muscle, encroaching, going outside. Lovely touch. Lukaku fighting. Doku's got it back, coming back in the middle. Going to go wide. It goes wide. Shot coming in. Oh, well cleared, because that was going in the corner for number 4. Belgium still up top. Still buzzing around the box. Going to unleash more anger, i.e. a goal on the net. 85 minutes gone. You won't believe this. One of these channels is 4 minutes behind right now. Ball in the box going through. Tapped out. Chaos Oflov says, yeah, I remember Germany was known to be a wall. They were. You couldn't get in their heads. You could kick lumps out of them. They kept getting up. They didn't react. They didn't get pissed off. They were just a bloody machine. Absolute machine. The big problem for USA is Courtois. Has been. But I think the big problem is being the team that has not created clear-cut, golden opportunities. And remember, they scored off the free kick. Coming down to the wire. Leonardo Baraviera, Spain has a real problem against this Belgium. It'll be a tight match. It could be a tight match. There's no doubt about it. It could be a very tight match. Gary Silon, the United States have worked very hard. They have. They've worked hard. But they need that quality. And they didn't really set up in the wrong format either. But sometimes when you find yourself playing a team that's really hitting form now that didn't hit form before, like England last night against Mexico. England had not hit form. They hit form last night in the Azteca. Tonight, you're watching Belgium hitting defensive form, creating strong walls, not letting the US through, and making life hard. Really making life difficult. But again, we've had 3 hosts leave in 3 days. If this stands, all 3 hosts got scored on 3 times. I say Mexico had a battle fighting with England, and that was one of the most glorious football matches at a World Cup I think you'll ever see. Both teams were invested in it. Both teams didn't want to lose it, and they fought to the bitter end. More subs coming in. Trossard's run his race. He's going to hobble off very slowly. Austria, Switzerland. Well, Switzerland, let's go there. Dark horse for sure. They take care about business very well. Unbeaten in a long time. I tell you, very dark horse. We have to wait and see what they can do. Down the line, Robbo going in, creating something, but there's no target again. All ball on the wide side now, coming up. Belgium going down the left wing, up to halfway. Robbo back again. Time for the Hail Marys. Down the middle. Time to take a man out of defence. Put him in midfield. You should have done that 30 minutes ago, Poch. Overload the midfield. You didn't do it. You've struggled through the midfield. You've had nothing up front. Scored off a free kick. The miracle needs to happen right now. And how many extra minutes have we got? Nothing seeing. Wait for a minute 30 until they sort their asses out and you'll see a clock come up, Canada. But again, time is ticking. 90 minutes, 20 seconds gone. Robinson on the ball. Hasn't been able to go down the line like he wants to, like he normally does. And that's another point. Where the US normally operates well, they haven't been able to do that. Great experience. Strong defensive togetherness. And that's not the time to make the dummy. That's time to take the ball, go through and score. Again, 3-1. Belgium. Many American fans are going to be disappointed. Just like Mexico, just like Canada. Another host gets to leave the tournament. 4 minutes added time. Seems a little light. But hey, we'll take it. Remember, tomorrow I'm back for Colombia and Switzerland. Argentina, Egypt. I won't be able to make that one, guys. I'll watch it on my phone as I'm traveling. But I've got an engagement tomorrow that I've got to keep. And I'll watch it, but I won't talk it. But I'll be talking tomorrow night's game. Switzerland taking on Colombia. Switzerland beat Algeria 2-0. Colombia taking out Ghana 1-0. A little bit late for the right man to come in. Balogun's out. Could have kept him out there. All Belgium need to do is get on the ball and pass it around. That's all they need to do. Pochettino putting 2 players on. Robbo's come off. Balogun's come off. Robbo did as much as he could. Balogun didn't really do much apart from miss from 6 yards in the first half. Oh, Lukaku makes it number 4. There you go. Salt in the wounds. It's number 4. Lukaku smashing the ball in the back of the net. Number 4. It is done. As I said about a half an hour ago, the USA came into this World Cup with a nice 4-1 win over Paraguay, looking unstoppable in the moment, and now they're the ones losing 4-1. You've seen this happen as well. Sweden won their first match 5-1 and then got battered 5-1. So it's now so well and done. Belgium moving through. Interesting times. Lukaku is in the house now. Yes, he is. Blow it up already, ref. They've been flogged. Enough's enough. Yarabamba, after the defeat, Trump cancels the agreement to host the World Cup. I hope so. Canada can host a World Cup. Mexico could host a World Cup on their own. Lukaku silencing the fans. 4-1. Keep your arms down, Mr. Sweaty Pits. It's not a good look. Yep, Balogun's off, hand in head. Onana, 24. It's a little bit early to be celebrating or rejoicing someone who was injured, mate. Come on. It's not exactly Kone. Seconds to do, are getting few. Referee's going to blow this any moment. Is it to be 5? Ball down the right side. Doesn't make it. Ball going down the right side would have been absolutely wide open. Now, where's the referee getting this time from? Where's he getting this time from? And there you go. Blows the whistle. As Milky Moose says, blow it up already, ref. They've been flogged enough. Dave Magotti, boom! Lukaku saving the world here. Yes, crowd is dead. Pochettino won't be hired. He'll have to find another job. Day done. Don't blame the substitutes who come on. Blame the team selection. Maybe that was wrong as well. Richards down on the ground, not very happy. But it is done. Crowd is dead. Lukaku saving the world. I tell you, not a good look. Pochettino, I don't know what you did in that match at all. Fair play. Belgium sending a message. Finally waking up, bringing a big display. US players on the bench. Looking rather down, rather sad. And if I was the coach, you'd be on your feet. You'd be on your feet walking around that stadium thanking those fans right now. I don't like people who lie down and cry when you lose. You stay on your feet. Two things. When you win with grace. You shake the living hell out of your opponent's hand. You win with grace. But you lose with class. Get up off your feet. Get walking around that building. Get out of that cabin. Get out of that subway little sitting situation. Get over your own emotions and go say thank you to them fans all around that building. Because the crowd is dead. Lukaku has been used pretty well in this tournament. Played very little but scored. Master coach. Tim Ream not looking too happy. Colombia 20, good evening from New Jersey. The US national team doesn't have a player that can change the pace of the game, and they don't have a star player. Do you remember a few years back, Landon Donovan? He was the kind of guy, a talisman, the inspiration to the national team, and he could change matches, and he did, but they don't. There's a lot of generic play through the team. And Matt Freese needs to look at himself tonight in the mirror. Because if he doesn't louse up like he did, it's 2-1. And you can quite frankly think that psychologically, when you're 2 down, you know you're not coming back. Psychologically, you know when you're 1 down, you're in the match. Boneheaded play by the goalkeeper. Boneheaded play. Yarabamba, defensive mistakes galore. Absolutely. Colombia 20. Mauricio Pochettino, I think it's over, but knowing the US, they might have him around for maybe 2 more years. Take him to the Gold Cup, perhaps, maybe. But I think this is a perfect time for the US to change coach and change the approach. Change the style and change the squad up. Change a few faces, give it a new identity, because there's some guys on that team that you don't need on there anymore. You need players to be in the match all the time. And you take a look on screen with the goals going in. Weak defending. Weak in the middle. Soft where it needs to be tough. No communication. You can look back on the replays, but people need to be talking as the approach of the enemy comes in, as the cross comes across, as the forward encroaches in the 6-yard box to get that header. You've got to be wearing their shirt. Defensive mistakes galore. Yarabamba 100%. Colombia 2002 London World Cup team was a lot better. A lot better in some ways, yes. But again, the USA walking a lot of the time in the first half, woke up in the second half, came out with a better approach in the second half, but it didn't last. They got the goal to tie the match and got conceding a goal straight after. And that's the cardinal sin. You do not get conceded on when you've just scored. You bunker and hunker down. You play the possession match. You keep it tight at the back. And if there's any problems, you launch it out the zone. You launch it long. You keep it safe for 2 to 3 minutes until it settles again. Then you won't be scored on instantly. Big mistake. That should have been ringing out of Pochettino's mouth. Get your heads in this match. 2 minutes. Possession football. 2 minutes. Possession football. Hand signs. Simple. But there was no possession. No slowing it down. No taking control of the situation. You don't get to do that with Belgium. You've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared for everything. And today, Belgium woke up. I'm telling you now, they woke up. Colombia 20, the defence starting with Tim needs to go. A few guys have been there long enough. I mean, let's look at. Richards is important in that defence. Robinson does a great situation down the line. Tim Ream, central defender, been there a long time. Put many, many good performances in for the US. Today wasn't a bad performance for him, but he's surrounded by players that are not up to the standard. And sometimes, like I said in the match, you'll play Belgium. Here's the US. Right now, you think you're level. But at the start of that match, Belgium looked way more prepared, better organised, and were doing the simple things and not trying to be too elaborate moving the ball. It was into feet, short passing, setting things up very cautiously. If it wasn't working, we're coming the other way. But we're not going to go across the field. We're making short passes to keep the pressure on in certain zones so you can't start taking liberty going the other way. Belgium played this match putting psychology into play. The US didn't have the bravery to go down the wings. They didn't have the skill or the pace to go down the wings, and that's where the game could have been won. You can't go through the middle on Belgium. You can say your free kick went through the middle, fine, but that was due to a referee's decision. But again, there was no spark in the US team, and I simply believe it that Pochettino put some of the wrong guys out. Behalter, for me, would have been a starter. Absolute starter. And why he wasn't out there, I don't know. He didn't look injured when he came in. So team selection was a little off. He kept the nucleus of what's gone through this World Cup. But again, sometimes in competition, you meet a team that's better prepared, much more experienced, knows how to come through competition football, and that's exactly what Belgium showed us today. Credit Belgium for what they did, though. Diego Luna was missing. One man, yes, absolutely, that's a big point. But again, I always say one man doesn't make your team. You know, with Balogun out today, it would have made no difference to this match. He was not really in this match, so much so that he misses from 6 yards, yeah? Balogun, likewise, one player doesn't make a team. He would not have changed this match, did not change this match. And frankly, I think Pochettino should have set the team up more defensively and come into it slowly. You saw the same mistakes with Canada, rushing the gut in the first match against Morocco, the first half, mind you, against Morocco. They rushed the gut, lost gas, didn't have anything in attack. Nothing on the bench came on and changed the day, like with the US today. And slowly the US ran out of gas. More pragmatic, more diplomatic on the Belgian side. They didn't run around. They stayed deep. They said, come to us. We'll get the ball. We'll just go into counter-attacker mode, which is what we do. But we're going to sit deep. We're not running around. We're wide. You can run around, and you can try and find a place to get through us because you won't. You're not coming through the middle. You're going to go wide. We're not letting you go down the wing, as you saw with Robinson. He could not get that penetration. So at the end of the day, Belgium squeezed the living juice out of the US's attack. And it didn't function all game long. It was literally sporadic at best. And again, I'm going to say it. When you see big teams moving, they don't look like they're working too hard. And the other team looks like they're working overdrive. And nothing's working for them. And Belgium today took it home. They took it home. Luciano Costa, why USA didn't call him? There's a lot of guys that weren't called up on a lot of teams that surprise a lot of people like yourself, Colombia 20. It's down to the coaches. They think they know best. They bring in the players they need, but they didn't. Yarabamba, the US needed a blend of 2002 and 1994. I understand what you're saying there. They do. They do. Can you imagine maybe an Alexei Lalas in his prime in this match back in the day? He probably would have had a heyday getting this team back on track, back moving. But it is reality. It is reality. Moving through, I'm going to take a look at some stuff here before we move off. But tomorrow, I'm coming back tomorrow evening in Colombia 20. I know you're going to be cheering for Switzerland. I know it. And I know you're going to be against the Colombian press. I know that too. But we will be looking at it. And looking at this match tomorrow, you've got to say USA-Belgium is done. But how does the USA feel about going out, seeing as there was a juicy game coming up? Now Belgium takes on Spain. 3 quarterfinals we got already. First one, France-Morocco. Well, it should be France in the semi-final. Spain taking on Belgium. Interesting match. You'll expect Spain to win. But seeing what I'm looking at, I give Belgium a chance. They just woke up, provided their best match of the tournament. They could be a real match for Spain, who today were absolutely boring as you could believe. Worst match in many World Cups. Spain this morning against Portugal. Absolutely awful, awful match. You can't call that football because it wasn't. But Spain coming up against Belgium in the second semi-final. And then you have the Vikings taking on the Britons. An all-European affair. I wonder which way that's going to go. Spain, Belgium, all-European affair. France, Morocco, European and North Africa. Coming down to the last quarter-final. You would expect Argentina to be there. Because Salah and the crew, I don't think they've got enough in the tank. Physically, let alone creativity. Argentina will use their smarts. And they'll use their physical prowess. And they'll know how to get by Egypt. And Scaloni, the coach, Lionel, he'll have them ready. Egypt, if you play the match of your lives, you're into a semi-final. And it's what it's going to take. The match of their lives. They're going to be perfect in every category. Otherwise, get your bar of soap at the hotel, get in the minibus, go to the airport, get on that plane, and fly back to the Egyptian pyramids. Switzerland, Colombia. Could go either way. Colombia being given a slight edge here. Switzerland unbeaten in a very, 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 very long time. They could be doing some damage. How long, you say? Let's take a look. I'll show you something right now. Switzerland. Keep looking. Keep looking. It's coming down to it. That game there, since last September, is the first loss they had. It was a 4-3 against Germany. It was a real battle of a match. It was a wonderful game. I saw it. And that was in Basel, Switzerland, a home match where they lose. But look at the rest. 4-0 over Kosovo, 3-0 over Slovenia, 2-0 away over Sweden. That's a big number. 0-0 with Slovenia away, 4-1 over Sweden at home. Another big number. 1-1 Kosovo away. The loss to Germany. 0-0 with Switzerland against Norway away. 4-1 against Jordan. You'd expect that. 1-1 Australia. Big result for Australia and Switzerland. Qatar 1-1 away. Played in Santa Clara, USA, just before the World Cup. Only one loss this year. Coming in the World Cup, 4-1 over Bosnia, 2-1 over Canada, and 2-0 over Algeria. And coming tomorrow, well, it's Colombia. We will see what happens against Colombia. Big games, big numbers, and that's what it's all about. Let's take you online quickly and show you the stats from today's match. Give me a second. I'll set that up right now. Into the stats we go. One more time, backing it up. There on the screen, what I just talked about, you can see all those wins. What I just talked about, what's coming up for Switzerland. Next match, Colombia in Vancouver. The last match in Canada for the World Cup. Vancouver, and then it's all in the USA. And look at all those wins and draws. Only one loss. Wins and draws all the way through. In form. Switzerland. In form. Let's take a look at the stats. On the day, USA getting blasted 4-1. Charles de Keller, 9 minutes and 33. Hans van Anken, 57. Romelu Lukaku, 90 plus 3. And in between, Malik Tillman gets one for the US. And that was such a great time to score. But it didn't last, did it? 1-1. And from there on in, 3 straight goals over the rest of the match. And it's done. Stats on the day. Only 6 shots for the US, 2 on target. 15 for Belgium, 7 on target. More shots on target than the US actually laid on the net. Tells your story. They had more possession in the US simply because Belgium sat back in the second half. Passes, way more passes than Belgium. Belgium pragmatic, sitting back on the counter, not using energy, being very coy, very intelligent with the match play. Got it done. Take her home. 89% pass accuracy, USA, 83 Belgium. Fouls, 10-9. It wasn't a dirty match. 10 USA, 9 Belgium. 2 yellow cards, both to the US. Offsides, 1 offside Belgium. What are they thinking? Kidding. 3 corners to 5 in favour of Belgium. At the end of the day, the stats tell you the story. The scoreline gives you the picture. And at the end of the day, it's Belgium taking on España in the quarterfinals. Not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. I'm in the chat till we shut down. That's the word didn't function. Chaos Flove. Yarabamba calling off Steve. You are the man. Cheers, Yarabamba. See you again, bruv. Great input, guy. Great input again. Colombia 20. Tab Ramos was box-to-box midfield. Yes, that was needed in his team. What was needed, exactly what you said. A player that can take the ball, travel with the ball, start to literally upset the defence, get them rocking, get them moving left. At the last second, either slide that ball through or put it to the wing, get the return, put it in the net. You needed someone to inspire the match. You had a player in Pulisic on the national team for the US today. He did nothing to do that. He's the kind of player that can do that. He's past his prime, I get it. But the USA needed somebody called a playmaker. And they don't have it. Sad, but they don't. Dave Mugotti says, let the US keep Poch. Okay, Dave, he stays. He stays. One less team to worry about for the Gold Cup. That is good. That is good. I'm going to read that again. Let the US keep Pochettino. And Dave carries on, one less team to worry about for the Gold Cup. That's football banter at its best. Well done, son. Well done. Well done. Colombia 20. The best coach in the United States is Brian Schmetzer. He's more experienced than all the coaches in the United States. Could be. Could be. Could be. But do you go American for the national team? Or do you go a foreign-based coach? Interesting. Pochettino's still got time on the ticket. He doesn't have to walk out now. He doesn't need to be fired now because this World Cup is not an aberration for the US. They had a good showing. Round of 16 is no... Put it this way. If you reach the... It's no shame. If you reach the round of 16, you're somebody. And again, 3 hosts gone home. Canada, Mexico, USA, ding, 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 back to back to back in this round, done. Tells a story. USA need to change 3-5-2 to maybe 3-4-3 to change the game. They should have gone 4-4-2 at one stage. 2 at the back, 4 in midfield and 4 up front. You've never heard that before, but that's what they should have done. Swamp the midfield, swamp the forward line because Belgium weren't coming forward. If you had 2 at the back and played very coy with a third man coming out of midfield to make it look like you got 3 at the back, but you're playing a 2 defence, 4 midfield, 4 up front. You got bodies in the box that you didn't have to finish this match all through the match for the US. They had no targets to aim for in that box. So every time Robinson and co was going down the wings, they were obviously looking ahead to see who's joining in the attack. When you got nobody in the middle, it kills your mojo. You can go down the line, but you've got nowhere to cross to, so you don't go down the line. Belgium was shutting down that back line very tightly with 2, midfielder and a defender, clogging the wing. Again, I come back to the statement. USA needed a playmaker in this to undo what Belgium were doing. But 4-4-2, opposite, 2 at the back, 4 midfield, 4 up front, last 15 minutes. You want to show me you're desperate, Pochettino? Do something like that and get the boys on the board. Give them some assistance. Best coach in the United States, Brian Schmetzer, says Colombia 20. Brian Schmetzer should be called to the US club. Dave Magotti, I would imagine Trump might tell USSF to do something about Poch, though. You know, what does he really know about football? What does Donalisa Trump know about football? Nothing. Nothing at all. I'll say this without being too rude. You meet big mouths in life, and normally the big mouths don't know what they're talking about. He doesn't know football. And pressurizing his friend, Princess Infantino, to get the red card overturned, he doesn't understand what he's doing. That situation in World Cup history will stay with the US national team, and you'll hear about it in the next World Cup, I guarantee you. And will it play favours for the US in the next World Cup? Categorically, no. And again, that fair play board at FIFA's building in Switzerland needs tearing down. It needs to be torn down, and what they need to put up there is, we are the cheat club. We're going to charge you everything for nothing. We are the cheat club. Columbia says, but US need a US-based coach. Yes, they do. Better understand the MLS and the NCAA soccer. That's 100% true, and that's what I've said about Canada. Get yourself a Canadian coach. You don't need a foreigner. Jesse Marsh is American. Big deal, no problem. But you don't need a foreigner. You've got enough guys talented within the Canadian national setup that played ball at big clubs. And I always keep saying the one name, Paul Stalteri. Played with Werder Bremen in Deutschland, Germany. Played with Tottenham Hotspur in the EPL, the Premier League. That's the kind of guy you need to lead. You don't need foreign-based people to come into your country and run your organisation. And if you want real credit, you get your own kin to be in charge of your own team, and there's a better family feeling, and it'll work out better for you. You look at a few of the Americans that have coached the US in the last couple of years. They weren't all terrible, but the pressure that comes down on their US team from US fans, that's the weight. That's what pushes coaches out of the door. Dave Magotti says losing at round of 16 is probably not acceptable to him. Probably not. But again, he knows nothing about this game. And we're talking Donalisa Trump, yeah? She knows nothing about this game. That's the whole point. All he knows is how to fire people. There you go. El Negativo. Donalisa Trump. El Negativo. Columbia 20. And have a better understanding of the development of the US soccer. Needs to be a US base. It does. It does. It really does. I mean, look, it seems really odd for me to see coaches of another nation coaching other teams. It should be you can only coach the team where you were born. Keep it within the national frame. Therefore, Canada should have a Canadian coach. US and American coach. Oh, look. Mexico has a Mexican as a coach. How about that? And they did pretty good. That's what I'm saying. Get a coach from your own nation. It works out much better. The problem with the US is the media. The line sacks of shit. The media that doesn't talk about soccer and MLS, that's the problem with the United States. That's the problem in Canada. Let me tell you a story. When I started broadcasting in 2004, TSN, doing radio to start. TV came later in Toronto. But when I started, none of the TV companies wanted to talk about soccer. If you don't pay them, and them being the devil of media, advertising, the media, if you don't pay the devil money, the devil, the media, they don't talk about you. If you pay the devil money, they talk about you all day. It's all about the money. It's all about greed. It's all about their ass getting paid. If you don't pay their asses, you're not getting talked about. Canadian national team for years. And we're talking any time after 1986, 87, moving through all the way to 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So from 1986 to 2020, the Canadian press said jack all about the Canadian national team. We were garbage at the time, languishing sometimes over 100, sometimes 80, sometimes 70, but we were going nowhere. Had no talent in the team, but for a few exceptional players. And as I say, one player doesn't make a team, won't make a difference. You've got to have a team of players. And then suddenly, 6 years ago, this team starts to get talented. And it's the team of players that raise the bar, not the coaches, not the organisation. Forget about that. If you think the CSA and the CSB had anything to do with this team becoming what it was, you're kidding yourselves. It's raw talent. Raw talent. And some of it went to the big leagues and excelled in that time too. I could talk about Tejon Buchanan excelling. I could talk about Jonathan David excelling and then going to Juve, flatlining. And he flatlined in this World Cup, even with a hat-trick against Qatar with 2 red cards against Qatar. That's not a challenge. Where was Jonathan David in the rest of the World Cup? I'm looking for him now. I can't find him. Tajon, is JD on the field? Because I'm looking for him. Can't see him anywhere. He's supposed to be in front of the goal somewhere. Maybe getting on the end of a cross that we're putting in there, but I can't see him. Never showed up. Never showed up. It's not enough to show up in one match. 2022, Jonathan David never showed up again. So you've got to have people on the game. Into the chats. But yeah, Colombia, have a better understanding of the development of US soccer. Needs to be a US-based coach. Like Canada, needs to be a Canadian. The problem with the US is the media that doesn't talk about the soccer. And like in Canada, they never talk about soccer until you pay them. If you're paying them, they're going to talk about you. But also, through the years, I noticed, and you might love this, that especially in Canada, the networks are so in tune to just talking about one topic and then lending time to another. And I'll break that down. They're used to talking about hockey. And then they would lend their time to the CPL, Canadian Football, CFL, beg your pardon, CFL, which is like 8 teams. It used to be way interesting. It used to be a lot of fun, but it's got so generic and so the same that it's got to be boring. But in all that time, they gave all the time for hockey. They gave a little time for the CFL, Canadian Football League. And when I was talking about professional clubs in Canada, they wouldn't lift a finger. Not a finger would they lift. And in Edmonton area and Alberta especially, I was the only one covering soccer, period. And we can talk about people like River Plate coming in, talking about River Plate taking their game, Everton doing their game, international games doing their game, talking on the mic in the stadium, running the games. But I was the only one talking it. The Canadian media needs to be ashamed of themselves for turning their backs on soccer, because it's their national team that they turn their backs on every time. And the other problem is ownership of the MLS clubs is NFL. That's the big problem, big time. It's all about money. It's all business in their eyes. But I do say this. The first evolution with MLS that came and died is nothing in comparison to this. I do say in business they've set it up properly. Minimum 20,000-seater building, yeah? The draft. And the draft for me is key to keeping the MLS nice and even Stevens. Although you do see teams like Miami bringing in a lot of players that other teams don't seem to be able to get and turns the league a little bit upside down. Yep, you see that too. Colombia, the MLS has become more of a business model for NFL. You took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth, friend. You really did. You really did. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you this. We're going to shut it down. I hope you enjoyed it. But what I've got to say is USA wasn't your day. Belgium, it's all done. And I'll tell you now, get back tomorrow night. Los cafeteros, mi amigos, mi amigas, señores, señores. Be there. That's where I'm going to be next. Talk later. Got to go. Something's happening.